Happy June, guys! Yes, it is summertime and super hot here in South Carolina. I think it's in the 90s, right? My husband Josh is behind the camera for me again today. So we're just trying to bring, the angle from all different parts of the kitchen because I'm always usually facing this way. So I'm always trying to think of something easy to make for the summer, something that can be served either hot or cold. And a few months ago, I remember this pasta salad was kind of like a fad on Instagram. People were putting a block of feta in a baking dish with some tomatoes and throwing it in the oven. So it's not that I wanted to jump on board the train, but I do like feta, and I kind of wanted to see how I could use it in some recipes.
Morning, Janice.
I am. Oh, Josh is going to let me know who's on. Okay. So I am going to bring to you a recipe today that only has 4 ingredients. And pretty much everybody has it during the summer. Maybe not the feta, but that might be the only thing you have to run out and get. So it requires feta cheese and a pasta. I mean, I chose orzo. You don't have to use orzo if you don't like it. You can use the elbow noodles, you can use orecchietti, you can use the spiral, you can use ditalini, you can even use a penne if that's all you have. Don't run out to get special pasta. It's not about the pasta, it's about the feta and the tomatoes today. I always tell my cooks there's a star of the show in every dish, and today it's the feta and the tomatoes. But these tomatoes are really super special because they're from my own garden. So every day I've been going out and picking. I have different varieties in here. These don't look like they're ripe, but they really are. This is the way they're supposed to look. I have the regular like cherry tomatoes in here, and then I have like the little grape tomatoes. I'm waiting for my yellow and orange to come out on the vines. I know I planted those. So then I have like some of my big tomatoes. We have a window full of them. Here I have a basket full of cucumber and peppers. I mean, the garden's been great this year, so I'm going to try to think of something else to do with cucumbers besides pickles.
Gloria,
and cucumbers.
good morning, Jen.
Hi, Gloria. How are things in Jersey?
Linda, hi, Jen.
Hi, guys. Nice to see you. You're going to love this salad. Okay, so once we do the feta and the orzo and tomatoes, the only other thing we have is kind of like some fresh herbs, oregano and basil, and we're going to add a little bit of scallion in there for just some flavor. So behind me I have my pot of boiling water going because I'm going to throw 2 cups of orzo in there. It's just a little bit shy of the whole box. So I guess if you did throw the whole box in there, it would be okay. The ratio would be okay. You just have a little more orzo than the other ingredients. But I'm going to go ahead and throw that in my pot. It's boiling water. And I know you always salt the water when you're making pasta, but the feta is a little bit of a salty cheese. So I'm not even adding it to the recipe at all, only black pepper. So I'm just going to stir it around back here so nothing sticks to the bottom. I do have a tiny bit, a couple drops of oil in there, just so it doesn't stick. But I did not add any salt this time. I also want to show you guys, when you have an abundance of herbs, I want to show you a way to preserve them without just drying them all the time, and you can use them fresh. So when I'm done showing you this recipe, I'm going to show you how to make that one.
That's how I'm supposed to remember that.
You were supposed to remember that. So, okay. So I have a dish here. It could be any size baking dish because this is actually where we're going to be putting the cherry tomatoes and the feta and the herbs and the olive oil. So this it has to be an oven-safe dish. It's just going to go in there to bake it. This is not where you're going to be mixing everything. So whatever, if you have a pie pan, a square pan, rectangle, I don't care what it is. It's just
Thank you, Gloria. I appreciate that.
Just going to hold the baking ingredients. Okay, so what we're going to do in here is we're going to put 1/4 of a cup of olive oil because this is all the sauce that we're making. This is what we put in here is going to be the sauce for the pasta. So we have 1/4 of a cup of light cooking olive oil, which I like. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to cut up a few cherry tomatoes, and these are, like I said, washed out of the garden already. So we cut them in half because when you do this, they tend to roast quicker. They become very, very sweet, and they just burst with flavor. It's one of the best sauces you could ever make for pasta. And people only just seem to remember it in the summer because there's an abundance of cherry tomatoes. So I haven't really been counting how many, but it's gonna come out to be like I think it's a pint of one of those little pints you buy in the store. And you basically just put it on the bottom here. You fill up the whole, we're gonna cover the bottom with it like this. If you could see it, Josh.
Kind of like Jen. Pint
What?
size.
Pint size.
Pint size.
Yeah, but. All right, so
Connie
I'm
says
filling
hi.
up. Hi, Connie.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, Connie. Oops. Okay, so I'm filling up the bottom. I just want to make like a bed for the feta. And I'm just cutting these in half. Yes, there's probably an easier way to do this. I know with the whole plate trick and all of that,
But the passion goes farther.
is that what it is?
Yes.
Okay. Thanks, babe.
You're welcome.
Okay, so we have the cherry tomatoes in here. On top of this goes the feta. And you can buy the block if you wanted to. That was the big thing on Instagram, was the block. They would put it in the middle, put the olive oil, the cherry tomatoes around it. I like the crumbled one. I just find that when this is all baked, you can just throw it right in the pasta and you don't have to break it up or anything. So if you've never had feta, it's a little bit like the consistency of blue cheese or gorgonzola, but it's a little bit, has a salty bite to it. It's very synonymous with Greek food, Greek salads, and things like that. You can put it on top of bruschetta. So then you take and you put this on top. And this is a 12-ounce container. And that's what I've been using because I like when it melts down, it makes it nice and creamy. Spread it out all on top of the tomatoes. And now we're going to take fresh oregano. Oregano works really well with this because it has like that woodsy kind of smell, and it works. So here, Pepe is here, and he's nudging my leg for treats. So I'm going to put it right on top, the fresh right on top. You don't have to, chop it up. If you don't have fresh, yes, you could use dried oregano. Dry oregano is very, very strong.
Joan Hughes needs a pink slip.
Joan?
Yep.
A pink what?
Pink slip.
What's a pink slip?
I'm late for class.
Oh.
A tardy.
Joan, how could you be late for class? That's okay. You didn't miss anything. We just put 1/4 of a cup of olive oil, cherry tomatoes to cover the baking dish. I put the crumbled feta on top with some fresh oregano and black pepper. And I'm not going to salt this because we all know how salty feta is. Okay, so now this just goes right in the oven. 375, and I have one that I've already done that I wanted to show you guys. So Josh, if you want to show them how beautiful this looks.
I already did.
Because look, it's all bubbling beautiful there. Right?
Yep.
Okay. And then I know that the orzo is done. If you want, did you want to come over and show them the orzo, or you don't want to do that? I'm taking it right from the pot, putting it right into the bowl. I know it's done. You want it a little bit al dente because nobody likes mushy pasta no matter how small it is. And this cooks extremely fast. So I'm just using like this little tiny strainer to get this out of here, because if I used my spider,
It'd all fall through.
yeah, it would all, very good, Joshy. Would all fall through. Okay, so this is done. I've gotten everything out of there. And we're gonna bring it over here.
Lisa Carter loves my sound effects.
Does she? Oh, Lisa, if you only knew. Did you show them Pepe this morning, babe?
Earlier, yes.
All right. Okay, now I've got my pasta done, and I've got the cheese and the tomato, and this is what it looks like. It's got a little bit of that browning on the top. It's really pretty. And I've got 2 scallions here that I'm going to use. And I'm just going to slice them up nice and thin. And we're going to go all the way up and use the pretty green part. And I like scallions in a salad. They have like a really mild onion flavor, but they're pretty in there. They add some color. So we're gonna add that, and that's 2 scallions, okay? So we're gonna add those in. I'll tell you, on Memorial Day, I had the kids over and I was making, you know, hot dogs, hamburgers, the regular stuff. And I was trying to think of a pasta salad to cook because I didn't want to do the same old thing. So I made one with ranch.
Thank you, Mary Lewis.
Ranch and bacon and again tomatoes and stuff. It came out really great. Scallions in, fresh basil right out of the garden. Again, we're just gonna chop.
Easy to grow too.
Very easy to grow. It's in abundance. So, okay, we're gonna throw fresh basil in. All these things, guys, you could grow. If you don't have a garden, you can grow your herbs in a pot in the kitchen. Put them in the window. Put
Just as
them on
long as
the
there's
table.
plenty of sunlight.
And water.
And water. Well,
Can't
misty.
forget.
Yeah.
Okay, we're cutting up our herbs here, and I'm going to show you a great way, because everybody always has an abundance of herbs. Actually, I don't, because I bring them to the restaurant. We're always running out of basil, so I'm glad I
Are
did.
you kidding me? There's a shit ton over there.
I know, but not during the winter there wasn't.
No.
Okay, all right, so we have that all mixed together, and now we're just going to add A to B. Sink, and we mix up. And the great thing about this, here, Pepe, eat some Rice Krispies. He's now on to Rice Krispies from Cheerios. Okay, and the great thing about this, guys, is this can be served hot or cold. So if you just wanted to go ahead and put this on the table, you know, with like some hamburgers or chicken, you know, any like dish you're making, a fish or anything like that.
That looks delicious.
Doesn't
babe.
it look beautiful?
Oh,
look
yeah.
at the pretty colors in it.
Mm-hmm.
You
Nice
can
and plump.
see, and we got the feta in there. And I'm just gonna go ahead and add just a little bit more pepper on the top. We like our pepper, don't we, Josh?
Oh, definitely.
Okay, and if you wanted to have this cold, you could just eat it cold as well. So I'm gonna get a little fork and I'm gonna taste it here.
Oh no.
I'm allowed to taste my food.
Oh,
I wanna make sure I get the feta in it, and a tomato is gonna be hot as heck. Okay, notice how the tomatoes, I'm gonna see, Josh, if you can bring up, show them how the tomatoes kind of broke down here. So they, all the juice came out.
Oh,
They're
the
soft.
tomatoes?
Yeah, the tomatoes.
Oh, my
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah. They're soft, so they just fall apart in your mouth. They burst. The feta, it's delicious. This is a great salad. Like I said, hot or cold. I'm gonna let mine cool down for just a tad bit because it's very hot.
Better cold.
You think it's better cold?
Oh yeah.
We have
More refreshing.
We have another bowl in the refrigerator as well. So, all right. So now that we talked about herbs, I want to show you something that I did with mine this year that I'm so excited about.
Don't forget to show them the herb cube.
You're too late. I already did.
Oh.
Okay. Let me get the ice cube trays for them and show them how it's done.
Just working part-time, Rhett. Keeping the wife happy, you know.
Okay. So, I like, anyone who grows mint knows it grows everywhere. It takes over. So I like mint in everything, even my iced coffee. I put mint leaves in my iced coffee. I love it. I love the refreshing. It just adds a little bit of flavor to it without having to add sugar. Okay. I took my mint leaves and I put them all in these ice cube trays and I filled it up with water and I froze it. So now anytime I want water, I can use my mint ice cubes. See that? They're filled with the mint leaves inside.
And they're already preserved, correct?
All done for you.
You don't lose any product
nothing
at all.
I didn't even chop them up. I just left them whole. You could put see the leaves on it. You could put this right in your drinks. You could put it in sweet tea if you wanted to. Even, I mean, it's just it's an ice cube. So that's a great thing to do. But also I wanted to show you a really, really fun thing to do. This is, and it's melting kind of faster, but I wanted to show you. This is basil. This is basil in olive oil. And I took it out so it is melting a little bit. So I chopped up my basil leaves in here, as you see. So I did a couple rosemary, I did oregano, I did basil, and I did thyme. And oregano. I have 2 trays of these. You chop up the herbs
in measurements
of a teaspoon. So this is a teaspoon of herb in each one. So say I wanted to saute something, take a couple ice cubes out, put them in the pan, and there you have your oil and your herb together. So they come out like this. If you were to put this in a hot pan, it melts down to oil and you have your herb all ready for you. It is the greatest thing.
Automatic saute like a glorious dream.
Automatic, easy, easy, easy. So this is what they will look like when you take them out of the freezer. I did these, yesterday?
Yeah.
And, I mean, you know how fast ice freezes. And then I also did the mint ice cubes. So I just take them out of here. I put them in a container like this because Josh steals all my ice. And he won't steal this for his beer. So put it in the freezer. So there, that's how you
I don't put ice in my beer.
You put your beer on ice.
Yes, I do.
Right.
Guilty.
Takes all my ice. So anyway, this is a great way to preserve your herbs this summer. You can even do it through the winter. Just get these, these are still easy to find. I know we all have the automatic ones today. But you get these, stack them up in the freezer, guys. You'll have herbs forever and even mint for your water.
And don't hook up the hose to oil bottle for your fridge. Not a good idea.
Why, you did that?
No, I'm just saying.
No, they will not. Okay, guys, so remember the orzo feta pasta and remember the herbs and the mint ice cubes. And you're going to have an easier summer because of me. You guys have a great day and stay cool. And I will see you guys next week.
Drink plenty of water. Bye-bye.